Hey, gentlemen, thank you for talking to Frank Warren.tv as usual. Nicky, Paul Cook, father and son team going for a world title. Put boxing aside just for a minute, let's just talk about the fact that as a father and son team in that ring, Paul, how different is it with your son in the corner?
Well, it used to be a lot harder than what it is now. I think when I first turned pro, we didn't have the others here and that, but now it's a lot easier. But obviously, where it's your son, there is that added little bit of pressure there, yeah.
A lot of people say when a parent is a trainer that it's actually harder being the person that's trained because you never get away from it because it's your parent. They're always there wherever you go, or be at home. Is that a true statement?
Some fighters it may be, but with me it isn't. We get along all right, just about. We get along all right, but no, the setup we've had for the last 8 years has been good and still going good. So why not? Why change something what's going as well as it is?
Steve Lovano on July the 14th. I know you've got the tapes now and you've looked at him, southpaw. Paul, what was your sort of initial assessment when you saw the tapes?
I think he's a good fighter. Yeah, he's class. He's sharp. He does everything right, but he hasn't boxed anyone in Nick's class yet. So we'll see on the day.
He has, though, and I guess this could be just people's ignorance, but when boxers are with that sort of record and they're in America and they fought all these Americans and some Mexicans, they turn around and say, oh, well, you know what, he probably is actually a little better than, or they put Nicky as an underdog because he's gone through the Mexicans, etc. Do you see what I mean? Do you think that's, again, a fair statement that people will look at him and put Nicky as an underdog because of the record and where he's fought rather than who he's fought?
I don't know really. I mean, he's basically boxed in like California and all that area, and the names on his record aren't nothing. But as you said, Mexicans, whatever Mexicans you box, you know they're tough anyway. And but I suppose he's looking at the same thing with Nicky. He's never boxed out of England, but Nicky's been through he's domestic title, British title, Commonwealth, and European. So he's got pedigree there.
Nicky, how's training been going? I know you've just finished sparring southpaw here today. What's it been like in terms of that learning curve and getting everything right for Lovano, who is, of course, a southpaw? Yeah,
well, we've just got into our sparring now. I mean, it's our second or third spar, and obviously at the moment it's going to be awkward, especially with a long southpaw as Michael he is. But that's what I need, and it's going to be more awkward. Michael, my sparring partner, is the fighter, and. Listen, we've got 6 weeks still of this sparring, and time to expect to be sparring with a tall southpaw like Michael. I should be spot on and pushing Steve Lovano all around the ring.
What are the difficulties in fighting a southpaw? Southpaws obviously are always used to fighting orthodox fighters, so they're kind of used to it. As an orthodox stance, what are the sort of glaring difficulties of when facing a southpaw?
Well, it's just obviously it's the other way around, if they lead with their right hand. But every professional fighter has to go fight a southpaw, and as pros we are, professionals we are, we've got to adapt to it, and that's why we get our 8-10 weeks training to adapt to any fight we have. And as I say, time 14 for July comes, and everything will be right on the night, and everything will turn out.
Paul, what's the number one rule when you've got a boxer facing a southpaw? What's your sort of number one rule in getting them ready for that?
As the opponent against a southpaw, I think you've got to move to your left. You've got to keep your left leg outside his right leg, and just move to your left. And I think the main weapon with a southpaw is a right hand through the middle and left hook over the top. They are definitely awkward. There's no getting away. People say that it's in your head. It may be a little bit in your head that you're going in because you're going in with a southpaw, but they are awkward tape for me.
We know it's been a long time coming. You've had the well-documented difficulties with Scott Harrison pulling out, etc. I just want to ask you, did you have little heart flutters when that May 26th show was cancelled? Did you think, oh, God, not again, it's just a sign of things to come here?
No, because I was a great faith in Frank that he turned around and said he's going to get us a world title fight, and to fight Frank's credit, he delivers, and he's gone and delivered again, so what can you say?
Do you ever think, Nicky, that maybe Paul's the jinx here? Maybe he's the number one sort of constant thing in all these fights that keep falling through. Maybe it's him.
Something happens again this time. He's sex.
From now on, leading into what's the schedule when it comes to training? I know that you're going to be away in Mount Teedy. Tell us just about how you progress now until July the 14th, Paul.
Yeah, we'll be sparring with Michael Lomax for the next couple of weeks. I think we've got coming down put on that southpaw stance again. Then Michael's coming over to Tenerife with us for the 2 weeks, and then I think we come back and we've got 3 weeks left, so we can get probably a lighter southpaw instead of the strength of Michael, and it's just basically just getting used to that southpaw style.
Making the weight, Nicky. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it ain't a walk in the park, but in my eyes, it's not a walk in the park for any fighter. If you want to be the top of your game, you want to be as strong as you are, sort of thing, you tend to come down. And I've always been a big featherweight, and I believe that I finished my career as a featherweight.
I know it sounds like a silly question here because, you know, the answer's always the same, but we're just trying to a real feel for you about what will it mean to you to lift that world title belt.
You know, every fighter turns professional to do one thing, to become a world champion, and that's what I'm looking to do, and that's what I've been as a pro for 8 years now. And it's been a long time coming, but I've done my apprentice and I've done my hard fights, my easy fights, and I've won every domestic title out there. So it's for me to step up to a world title and prove the world that I am world class.
Paul, you're always a calm man, conservative in character, but for you, it will be your son, it will be your fighter, and as a trainer, and you would have lifted a world title. What will it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, if he pays me, yeah. Normally he runs up along with me. No, it'll mean the world, honestly. But it'd be great for Nicky, and it'd be great for everyone in this gym. You know, even like Nicky's won the British and the Commonwealth and European, and people look up to you, and you can feel the buzz in the gym. Kevin's now won a Commonwealth title, and Colin's fighting for a British title. It's all going well, and I think everyone, they feed up each other.
I'm thinking, I've got an idea here, guys. What about him putting his wage in a bank account for the newborn, his grandchild?
That's right, yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned something about that, Evans, because...
All right, guys, thanks very much.
Thanks very much, sir.
Good idea. I was thinking the bookies.